So, 4 weeks ago, I was informed that my position at QSecure was being eliminated. The news came as a bit of a shock, but I suppose one of the risks you take when you join a startup company is that your position is never perfectly stable. So now I'm back on the job market. And I've updated my resume and my LinkedIn profile. And since my job was eliminated 4 weeks ago, I've decided to be very diligent about keeping track of my job applications. I've been using a Trello board so I can see what I've applied to and I can keep track of its progression. And for anyone who's interested, I'll link below to the Trello template that I've used as the basis for my job hunt board. But here are some statistics so far. In the last month, I've applied to 184 jobs. As of the time of this recording, of those 184 applications, I've received 35 rejection notifications. As of the time of this recording, I have labeled 48 applications as ghosted. I label any application as ghosted if I have not received any notice or communication after 3 weeks. And I have had 4 contacts from recruiters. I have had 2 first-round interviews. I've had 1 take-home technical assessment, and I currently have a second-round interview scheduled for later this week. Fingers crossed. Now, from a certain perspective, these are not very encouraging statistics. They can actually seem pretty bleak. I saw a recent video from CNBC, and I'll link to that below, about the subject of ghost jobs, or fake job postings. Apparently, as many as 4 out of 10 companies have posted fake job listings, and 3 in 10 are currently advertising for a role that isn't real. And there seems to be several causes for the ghost job phenomenon. Companies can post jobs to maintain a talent pool to draw upon, so that they may not want to hire now, but if and when things take an upswing, they have a database of applicants to call on. And if a company appears to be hiring, it makes the company appear to be healthier than it actually is. They're trying to look like a growing, thriving organization to show investors or clients that they're healthy and expanding, even if they're not. But even if a job listing is legit, there are other hurdles to overcome. When you send in your application, your resume gets parsed by an applicant tracking system, or ATS. And there are dozens, if not hundreds, of ATS software platforms. And each is going to have its own quirks as to how it ranks certain keywords, how it sorts through your job history, and so forth. And there is no standardized format, so even if you're able to optimize your resume for one ATS platform, which you can't really, those same optimizations might flag it on a different ATS platform and be automatically rejected. Then there's human resource representatives or company recruiters. Now, I have no data for this other than my professional intuition, but even allowing for the best of intentions, HR reps probably are not always going to be using the applicant tracking system optimally. I build software and user interfaces for a living, and I know the difficulties and pitfalls of poorly designed UIs. And I know that software that is built for corporate clients, such as ATS platforms, very seldom have well-designed user interfaces. And it's not a great leap to suspect that there are issues of false positives or issues of filters being incorrectly configured by an HR rep who may or may not be too familiar with how an ATS works. Again, I've never had a chance to work on an ATS platform, so I have no first-hand knowledge of this, but from anecdotal stories that I've read, and this is a problem. I've read stories where HR delivers a short list of candidates via the ATS who are totally unqualified. Yet when the hiring manager goes through the applications manually, they find qualified candidates whose resumes were rejected or flagged by the ATS because of some formatting or content quirk. Now, all this being said, I refuse to surrender to discouragement or despair. I know my worth. I have the support of my wife, my family, and my friends. I don't have any real solutions or recommendations apart from what you'll find elsewhere. Keep plugging away. Even if you're only getting a 1 in 100 response rate, keep going. Networking is difficult for many people, but it can pay off. So reach out to people you've worked with. Don't be pushy. Be friendly and respectful. You may not get a lot of responses, but all it takes is the right pebble at the right time to start the avalanche in your favor. I believe in you, and I believe in me. We'll get through this.